It's week 14 of the National Football League, and we've got C.J. Stroud. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Texans and the Jets, and it's all up next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they've handled all... Quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former 2nd overall pick, now in his 3rd season out of BYU.
And we all know the scouting report on him. He can attack the field at all levels with a very strong arm and make big-time plays off schedule. We also see a player with confidence and swagger. We see a guy who knows how to lead a team, who knows how to compete, and wants to be great every time he hits the field.
First play, and Wilson wants to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting a yard on... Play at 2nd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, or these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Wilson's throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Stroud to throw it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Take a look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
That good for 19 and a first down.
First down, Houston.
Let's go. Stroud off the play fake. Here's a diving catch right side. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. There's big Quinnen Williams, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Steps away to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
And that's an early score that's been viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10.
Here we go.
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. You look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They need 2. Here's third down. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy. And now off to the races, down the right side. Still going. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Again, it's Cook, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Houston set to take over. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. Another carry for Pierce. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 20-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Stroud. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A first catch there for Wilson and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. To throw is Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Now Wilson on first down. And Lazard's got it again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Now a 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. That's caught by Woods. Touchdown, Jets. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And it makes the score 21-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the bootleg, Stroud. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And this is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. There he goes, right side. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags. A punt return touchdown and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the dog pound. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Christian Kirk, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coach?
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays, but the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught. And he is going to have the Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action. It's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go, set.
Stroud sets up the play action. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Will McDonald. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Stroud backed up near his goal line. Got his man, Dell. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here this third quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it from what...
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Milton Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Pierce gets this one running right. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
He finds Wilson, and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to... What you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Running left, it's Hall. Just a yard on the pickup there that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Powerful running. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Jets get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Stroud to throw it. That's complete to Dell. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here we go on 4th down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's complete right side to Lazard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Cook is not going to go a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Touchdown, Jets! Allen was hard from 3 yards out, and the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So Stroud and the Texans down by 10. 1:47 on the clock. And their undefeated season about to go by the wayside, barring a late miracle. Here's Stroud. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Being chased out left. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now this throw caught left side.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now Stroud. And his throw is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds. Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here's Pierce. Will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Once more, it's Pierce. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining there now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lit